We're back to you now, ladies and gentlemen, with a little bit of a preview before the third race of the afternoon. Of course, the NSA maiden, the other division of our maiden that just ran. Number 1 in this race, Make Big Plans, ridden by Kieran Norris, trained by Julie Gamina.
Number 2 is Set to Music, trained by Caddy Nielsen and ridden today by George Gallagher.
Number 3, Albus, ridden by Bernie Dalton and trained by Bill Wofford.
Number 4 is Whitman's Poetry, trained by Jack Fisher, ridden by Sean McDermott, known by Dash Stable.
Number 5, Paddy's Crown, ridden by Shane Crimmin, trained by Richard Valentine.
Number 6 is a horse I fancy here myself, is Overall, trained by Alicia Murphy and ridden today by Claymore Keith Dalton.
Number 7, probably the fancy of the race, Flutter, owned by Hudson River Farms, trained by Jonathan Shepherd, ridden by Jack Doyle. Horses down at the start, Willie, just having a look at what will be their first hurdle. Have you any pick out of it as to which one, if you were to ride any of them, Willie, which one would you be going for?
Yeah, Kevin, I think number 7 here, a Flutter, he has some place form, which is unusual for a maiden to have place form at Saratoga this year. He finished second up there, I believe, and coming off the back of that run, he'd probably be fairly hard to beat in this race. The other horse I fancy is a horse that I'm a little bit familiar with here, is Overall, ridden by a friend of mine here, Keith Dalton, and trained by Alicia Murphy. Overall won a nice flat race at the sanctioned meets here in the spring, and went on and had a nice start in a point to point, which he won with Mark Beecher late last spring. So I mean, he should be fit and ready to have a good performance here.
We see all these horses down behind us, Willie. They seem to be all taken into proceedings down there at the bottom of the track just before the start. What's going through your mind before a race around this time when you're down to the start?
Look, Kevin, I mean, if you haven't had the pleasure of riding one of these horses before you get on them in the paddock as a jockey, you know, those first few minutes before the race gives you a little time to kind of familiarise yourself with the horse, and gives the horse an opportunity to get used to you also. You know, you canter him down to the start and show him that first fence, just to kind of let him know what's coming up, and you know, you can learn a lot about a horse there, you know, just going to the start, you know, in those couple of minutes.
And again, Willie, just for the people at home, are the jockeys talking down here? Are they talking? Are they helping each other out? Are they? What's the conversation down here at the start?
Kevin, the conversation will be the start now. I see they're starting to line up here. Everybody will be kind of asking where you're going to be situated throughout the race, who's going to be making it, who's dropping out the back. But yeah, there'll be fair communication with the jockeys. There are a good bunch of lads in the room there, and everybody kind of communicates with one another. Looks like they're about ready to go here, Kevin.
Perfect. We'll hand over to Will O'Keefe.
The field is now lining up across the course. They're all in line. The flag is up. And they're off and running. Albus goes to lead it once. Set the Music follows in second place. Make Big Plans. And Whitman's Poetry. Whitman's Poetry now jumping in third. Overall in fourth. Paddy's Crown on the inside. Make Big Plans is moving up, and a Flutter is there also as they head towards the second of 11 fences. Albus on top under Bernie Dalton, running and jumping with the lead. Set the Music is about 2.5 lengths behind the leader. Make Big Plans follows. Paddy's Crown alongside Whitman's Poetry. A Flutter is there also with Overall as they head towards and over the third fence. Albus with the lead as they race into the turn. Albus and Bernie Dalton have made much of the running here. They've got about a 2.5 to 3 length advantage over Set to Music. Whitman's Poetry moves into third place. Paddy's Crown with Make Big Plans alongside. A Flutter is there also with Overall as they head now towards the fourth of 11 fences. One more time to go around after this. Making most of the running is Albus. Albus and Bernie Dalton leading towards the fifth fence. Set the Music and Gerard Galligan jump in second place. Whitman's Poetry on the outside. Paddy's Crown moving up. Make Big Plans is moving up also, as is a Flutter. At the fence in front of the stand, Albus making all of the running so far, or almost all of the running so far. He raced into the turn. This is the last time to go around. Albus has the lead. Set the Music follows with Make Big Plans in third. Paddy's Crown and Shane Crimmon right alongside. A Flutter follows with Overall and Whitman's Poetry. As they straighten away down the backside, 5 more fences remain. Albus with the lead. Set the Music about 2 lengths back in second place. Paddy's Crown moving up on the outside as they head towards the next fence. Albus is running with the lead. He's got about a 2-length advantage. Make Big Plans and Karen Norris now moving up on the inside of Set the Music. Those two battling for second, with Overall now joining them on the outside. Over the 8th fence they go. Albus has the lead with 3 fences remaining. Set the Music, Overall is there also. Make Big Plans, a flutter between horses. Paddy's Crown and Whitman's Poetry is the trailer and losing touch with the others. Racing towards the turn, Albus where he's been most of the way. Overall, and Keith Dalton now taking over second place with Set the Music dropping back. Jack Doyle has the flutter making up ground on the outside as they turn for home with only 2 more fences to clear. Albus is our leader as he has been most of the way. Albus on top. A Flutter now has taken over second place with Overall in third. Heading towards the final fence, a Flutter is making up ground on Albus. Albus and a Flutter battling through the stretch now. A Flutter going to the front end of Jack Doyle, but Albus trying to come back again on the inside. It's gonna be a Flutter by a length. A Flutter, Albus, Set the Music, and Paddy's Crown.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the conclusion of race number 3. A cracking race on the card again. 2 horses going right to the wire. Willie, the horse you really fancied, a Flutter, appears to have gotten out on top. A double on the day for Jack Doyle.
Yes, I mean, he was easy to pick him up beforehand, Kevin. I mean, that Saratoga farm coming into a maiden here is definitely going to be way above the others. Bernie Dalton's horse ran him really close there. I was very impressed with that horse. Bernie's gave a display of jumping going around there. He had some place for him, I think, in maidens, but must be that Bernie Dalton fella. I mean, I was watching him in that first race, but he's riding well. He's riding like a teenager. His horses are all jumping really well.
Age is only a number with Bernie. I asked him one time when's he going to finish up. He says when I stop enjoying it. So he always rides with a smile on his face. But yeah, that horse Albus, he was winging fences down the back straight. He gave that horse every chance. But again, for a maiden that hasn't won over hurdles, to be out on the front end the whole way around there and to still finish as close as he did, that's a fair performance.
That was a great performance, and we'll go on and talk about the winner here, Kevin. A Flutter, trained by a Hall of Famer, Jonathan Shepherd. He's always got the horses ready, and when they come to the races, they're going to do the business if they're capable of doing it. Jack Doyle gave him a nice ride there again. I thought he held him up, similar ride that he gave to the 3-year-old. Held him up, took his time, crept into the race, and was able to use the horses jumping at the end of the race, and he was strong on him down the lane there. I know finishing up there with Bernie Dalton, you need to be at your strongest to get in front of him.
And Willie, again, for the people at home that are watching, what's the likely path now for a horse that
now
wins his maiden
official
here
for
in the
the third race, the
fall?
National
What's the
Steeplechase
likely direction that
Association
horse
maiden
will
hurdle
take
race.
now?
The
Because
winner,
obviously
number
he's got
7,
to step
a
up
Flutter,
in grade.
owned by Hudson
and
River
run against
Farm,
other
trained by
winners now
Jonathan
from
Shepherd,
here on
and
in.
ridden a victory for his second win of the
He's probably
day
going to jump up
by Jack
and run
Doyle.
into an allowance race or a
Number
handicap
3,
race.
Albus was second,
A ratings race is
owned
what
by
they call him here,
and
Which is what we
trained
have
by
next on the
William
card,
G.
funny
Walford,
on the car. But
ridden by
I
Bernie
mean, a
Dalton.
horse
Number
like this
2,
here will
Set
probably
the
get a
Music,
rating
was third,
of, for people that don't
owned by
really
Mr.
understand the
S. K.
handicap.
Johnston Jr., trained by
He'll
Captain
probably get a
Nielsen, ridden
rating
by
of
Gerard
like
Galligan.
115 pounds.
And the
if
number 5,
handicap
Paddy's
race
Crown, was
is
fourth,
115 pounds
owned by
down,
Magdalene
he would have
O'Brien,
the top
trained
weight
by
and
Richard
the horses would
Valentine,
work
and ridden
off
by
down
Shane
underneath
Crimmon.
him.
Again, the victor,
So
number
if you have
7,
110 pounds,
the time
you're going to have 5 pounds off the top weight.
3:33 and
So
1.
that would be the route that he will probably go with him. Possibly novice. I mean, he could be a novice horse for Far Hills. Who knows?
Of course, Jonathan Shepherd has produced many the Eclipse Award winner. He knows how to get them to the top, but again has to be absolutely delighted with that performance. And ladies and gentlemen, Willie mentioned there that there is a handicap next on the card, and that's when we get into the older horses, and you'll really see a performance of experienced both riders and horses after that.
Kevin, just wanted to mention really quickly there, Hudson River Farms. I mean, they've been loyal supporters of the steeplechase game for years and years and years, and it's nice to see them coming up with a nice winner like that, and a horse with a bright future.
Absolutely. You say years and years and years, Willie, you're going to make him sound old,
The
but
next race
listen,
on
it's
the
those
card is the
supporters
fourth
that
race,
keep
the
racing going.
Sodexo
It's
rating
the people that are here
handicap
today,
hurdle
the 7,500 people that
2
show up,
miles,
the
11
owners, the
fences,
trainers, the
purse
likes of
of
yourself, the jockeys
$25,000.
that make
This
all
is
this
an
go
overnight
ahead. And
handicap
we can be
race.
nothing but grateful that the crowd show up.
We have
But
9
listen, we'll be back to
starters, no
preview the next
changes
race. Thank you very much for
in the
joining us.
fourth race. No changes.